Hello ladies and gentlemen, Bigthunderman here bringing you a one-on-one on Mongolia. I am British and my opponent is Indian. I'm kind of actually glad he's Indian. It's my first time playing British in quite a while, and I actually have never played it in Rush really, so I played it only in Treaty, so I'm glad that I'm playing India, if only because I know Indian really well from actually playing India myself. Anyway, gonna start off immediately, grab the treasure. It's a free scout. I'm gonna grab it, utilize it, start making a villager. The general British strategy is to make 17 villagers to age up. Make 17 villagers to age up. 2 from manor houses, 3 from a card. Don't gather your coin chests or your coin crates until you're actually gonna age up. And to be generally defensive, keep pressure on them. Use 700 wood as your second age card. And build barracks and other such things. I see a wood treasure, I immediately go to grab it. Obviously, wood treasure is a great treasure for me, especially because I can boom with manor houses. This is going to be a great game, by the way. You might notice this is part 1. I don't know when part 2 is going to be uploaded. Probably the same day or the next day, but definitely a very crazy game. You'll see what happens. Not gonna spoil anything, but it was a doozy, that's for sure. Anyway, right away I'm scouting out. I want to figure out exactly where my opponent is. I want to look for an aggro fort and other such things. Sorry about that, I was adjusting my microphone. Alrighty, right away I'm building manor houses. Trying just to look around, see what's up. I run back through his town just to see what he's doing. He's got 1 on gold, 1 on wood. Not sure his strategy. It's not a traditional 10-10 rush, but I don't know what he's doing. I just personally would do a 10-10 rush. Anyway, all my villagers doing what they should be doing, except that guy. He went to go get coin. I want everybody on wood. Keep looking around. I'm trying to get a feel for it. I love Mongolia because it's very open and then it's very foresty, and forest is great for running and hiding and using the herds and the mines in it, and it really adds a good element to the game in that you're not like evenly on one side of the match, but that you're both in kind of like not that you're like evenly opposite from each other and like the middle of the map, you're kind of off to the side, so it really allows the map as a whole to be utilized more, I feel, in this game. So I love that about Mongolia. Anyway, keep herding. I'm looking around. I'm looking for a second herd. I'm looking for treasures. I grabbed that treasure because it's an experienced treasure. I didn't really know what would be better treasure-wise to obtain, so I get the experienced treasure. Villager gets sent. I'm slightly worried at this point about hunts, so I think I am gonna send my scout and my explorer to dark areas near my town center. I'm looking for my second hunt. I'm not ready to age up yet. Well, I should be, but I'm not. I screwed up somewhere. I'm not sure where, but this is my first match with British, so you can't hate on me for that, right? I see some good hunts there. I start to walk my villagers over, then I realize I'm trying to age up. Why am I walking all of them? I should be walking 1 over just to herd them back to me. Just basic things. Send him back to food, and I'm going to try to age as instantly as I can. And there we go. Alrighty, aging. And when you age with British, you're supposed to put all but 4 or 5 on the wood and try to manor house boom while aging. That way your economy and the unique advantages of being a Briton are maximized. So that's what you see me do. I get 10 on wood.
Eric, what are you doing? Oh, okay. Are you finished almost, or? Oh, okay. Okay, never mind. Good luck.
Sorry about that, guys.
User left your channel.
When I play on Age of Empires, I'm in a team speak with my clan, and so he was just coming into the chat I was in to see what I was up to because I was alone in there. So yeah, he was just trying to figure out what was up. Anyway, I start raiding, seeing what's up. Just looking for his aggro fort. I assume he aged with that. Nobody doesn't age with an aggro fort. I send my scout to do about 50 million waypoints. I want to take control of it. There's no more TeamSpeak interruptions in this game, by the way, so don't worry about it. I take those 5 off wood, I think. No, I take those off wood to go to food because I'm about to age up, which I think was smart. He hasn't aged, but there is his fort right there. So I wasn't able to stop it being built. That's okay, because I think I'm going to be in a good position to really get tempo on him here. I did age with the I did age with the outpost in 200 in coin or in gold. I figured I'm sending 700 wood anyway. I have a good enough economy. I don't need to send food. I figured the outpost would allow me to really counter his aggro fort, and then I'll have my own defensive building in the middle, and be able to get pressure on him well. I get 200 wood. I start building a house immediately. He's aging, but I actually beat him to age, which is kind of surprising. I'm not a rushing civ, but alrighty. He did not age as fast as possible because he did have a villager on wood and gold and was doing his own thing. So keep aging. He now has definitely seen my outpost and my my bid to control the area between us. I wanted to control those herds. I felt like, man, if I can control those herds and herd them back to me, I get a great forward base on him, take some tempo. I moved that villager just one herdable over. I don't want to get him crazy far away, and I start going for longbows. I assume that the Indian is going to do sepoys. Now that his aggro fort is there, by the way, I do my Mongolian scouts waypoints. I send them in a line running up and down across the map, because I want them to be looking out for sneak attacks, villagers, whatever. After I've sent the 700 wood, I send a crossbow, or the longbowmen, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have. I should have sent 5 villagers, and I shouldn't have built a second barracks. That was a huge mistake on my part. It's gonna cost me the game. You'll see what happens. It really, I mean, if I had that wood, I probably would have been able to keep making crossbowmen there. I should have been making crossbowmen or making more houses. So not having that wood there, making those musketeers instead of crossbowmen was a really foolish mistake on my part, I guess. I just know from playing India that I expect a lot to see the Campbells. I expect to see can't think of their name. I'm blanking out. It's early in the morning here. I expect to see the camels. So I wanted to mix in some musketeers, but I probably should have sticked with one barracks. I at least think. Not conventional, but I don't play India very often. Anyway, there he goes. He starts engaging me. He's already got a lot of sepoys. He's got a lot more than I expected he would. So I pull back immediately to where I have 2 barracks and an outpost. That way he has to fight on my terms. He doesn't pursue me wisely, but I just lost those men. That's not good for me. My score is still a little bit higher, but not great shape. I'm trying to keep up military production, but low on food. Surplus of wood. Should have sent villagers, really, instead of men. That would have allowed me to... have more food, spongy attack, better have a stronger economy, and whatever. I start to build a market at this point. I always forget to. I keep building houses. It's ironic. I always forget to build houses, but I'm playing a civilization that depends on constantly building houses. Now that I have those men, I start to loop around to attack him. I didn't know at the time, by the way, that he was doing the exact same thing. You'll see what happens. It's kind of chaotic. I start to walk backwards just a little bit there because I know I have to look away from my army. I don't like walking my army into a town while I'm looking away. I do that frequently, and it's not a wise thing to do. I finally send my 5 villagers. I really should have sent them before. I should have sent 5 villagers and 4 villagers, if not resources, because the British strength is their economy. So for me to delay my economy for some petty units, very foolish. I only buy hunting dogs. I should have bought other upgrades. I didn't know I only bought hunting dogs. I'm going to regret not buying more upgrades later. So I start to march into his town and attack him, get some tempo, thinking, alright, where's this guy? What's going on? I walk away, and then I go hide down there. I don't know why. I was thinking maybe I can keep pressure on him, whatever. And then I look and I see his army coming in. If I haven't seen it yet or reacted to it yet in-game, I should have. Alright. There's his army coming in. I didn't notice it on the minimap because I accidentally screwed up with villager production. And there in my town, there's a major amount of army. I see it, so I immediately send my army that's near him to go burn his town center. I mean, there's no way it's going to get back in time. I'm probably not going to be able to save my town center, so it's imperative that I at least destroy his town center in retaliation. What else do I start to do? I send those longbowmen. I'm going to send them to go attack. I sent those villagers out walking around. Again, a horrible mistake. They should have just stayed in there because they do an extra 10 attack for each villager in the town center. I would have been way better off just leaving those villagers in there instead of walking them around the map and just losing all of them. You know, this series is a learning curve for me. I don't play Rush, so I'm not used to my villagers being attacked. I'm a treaty player. So I sent 4 more villagers though. At this point, look at that. I lost half those villagers. Really just lost my economic advantage I had. Yeah, it just absolutely horrendous decision at that point. I'm losing my town center for sure, but I guess the only bright side here is that he's losing his town center for sure also. So it's going to become a town centerless game, really. I'm immediately walking up there. I want to be able to build a town center soon. I have 12 on 10 on food. I am switching them to wood. Obviously, I should have done that already. And at this point, I'm just face palming myself because I saw that. I should have seen that army. I should have stopped it. I should have put better pressure on him. I shouldn't have let those villagers all die. I mean, losing what, 10 villagers, 20 villagers? I mean, what a horrendous decision. That automatically cost me the game there. So, an absurdly hard game. Then I start to build that house right next to his aggro fort, which I know is there. So I'm playing like an absolute rear end here. Ass, by the way, if you don't know what a rear end is. I'm playing like an ass, aka a donkey. I'm being that stupid. I can't destroy that manor house to get rid of it, so I'm already in a little bit of trouble here. I sent the 600 wood though. I'm trying to keep my economy slightly afloat here. You know what are you gonna do? You lost your town center. He lost his town center. Only thing to do: rally up, walk around, try to pressure him. I mean, we're in the same boat at least. So he's going to destroy my manor houses, but that doesn't bug me because then I know where his military is, and I can rebuild them and get a villager for each manor house I rebuild. Not a problem. I send those villagers over to the tower because I need to get the wood, you know? Like, it would be foolish of me not to get the wood that's there and gather it immediately. So I start to do that. He keeps burning my town out. I didn't get any more market upgrades. I should have built a market, but I forgot to after this point in the game because I had much much more pressing matters to attend to. Anyway, I find his villagers on a mine though, so I'm kind of picking it off, making it slightly a little bit more even of a game after I accidentally screwed up there, killing a few more villagers. And I now can build a town center, so I'm getting a town center back up there fairly quickly. They all get their food. I send them to gold. I don't know why I sent them to gold. I really should have sent them back to food, but and here comes Sowar's just gonna come and own me right by my manor houses. Again, it was a rough game. I played badly. The fact that I managed to drag this out for a 2-part episode is quite something. He starts raiding me, and and I'm in a world of hurt at this point. I pull that settler back. I've lost, what, 10, 20 settlers at this point. If I had at least been smart with my settlers, his army would be about half the size because they would have stayed in the town center and shot at him and killed, what, 10 units, 11 units? I would have, I would have been way better off. My army would have been half the size. Most of my settlers would have escaped, or at least had a chance to escape. I would have been way better off. Anyway, I get my town center up. I start to put it immediately onto food. I mean, that's a no-brainer there. I mean, at this point, obviously food is what I need. I get to keep picking at his settler zone. That's a good thing. I send gold. I don't know why I sent gold. I shouldn't have sent gold. But it was the only thing I had, and I guess at that point, the gold, even though it may not have seemed like a wise choice, actually probably wasn't a bad choice. Oh, I do send a wood and coin basic upgrades here. Okay, good. Actually, that gold was a great choice, and here's why. I'm looking at it in hindsight. At the time, it seems like, well, what's that going to do for me? Well, I'm going to need to keep making musketeers, and you gather gold slower than wood, and you gather gold slower than food. So by having the gold sent and being able to use it, it allows me to focus on food and wood, which is pretty much what I do, you'll see. So at least some smart there in sending resource shipments. I keep making manor houses. I've played horribly. At this point, I really kind of wanted to give up, go curl in a ball, and cry. But I'm a Nation of Warriors member. That's not what we do. At this point, he's picking off my settlers. I'm just like, come on, man. I make longbows. I queue them behind my barracks. I figure if he's going to come siege my barracks, they'll be safe there. I'm going to start circling around his old town just to see what I can do. I'm going to move those people to coin there. I really shouldn't have. I should have moved them to wood. I mean, my army's moving into that area anyway. It's going to be secure. His army's right there. And there's more Sepoys. He did a great job. I start to run. I didn't want to risk facing them all head on immediately at the time. I wanted to try to win. Sepoys are a pain. I really shouldn't have gone as much as I had. Musketeers aren't made to deal with Sepoys. I send those longbowmen though to go attack the Sepoys also. In a world of trouble at this point. I was in a world of trouble for most of this match, but you'll see what happens. It was crazy. Anyway, gonna attack them. Longbowmen are pretty much holding their own at this point. Not bad. Keep making villagers. At this point I have 20 villagers though. I should have like 30 or 40. I mean, the fact that I only have that many is really sad. Accidentally walked by his fort. I shouldn't have. And I go there to start microing out his Sepoys with my longbowmen, killing him off. Kill off that Sepoy, and I start to walk away. I want us to attack his Sepoys as a unified front. I think I send more coin at this point. No, I don't remember what I do. And his Sepoys continue to chase me down across the map. Not a good place to be right now, to say the very least. Not a good place to be. I kill him, but his villagers are already out of there. He did a much better job of protecting his villagers than I did, to be honest. Again, I walk my longbowmen too close to his fort. Not wise at all. I do manage to attack 1 or 2 villagers finally, but really at this point, I mean, I've taken such a huge villager hit. I'm at 20 villagers, and you might be like, doesn't seem like a big deal, but put it into perspective. I've been constantly making villagers, manor houses, and sent 9 villagers in 12 villagers in cards. That's the equivalent of me having made 3 villagers this entire game. Like, that's how many I've made. Out of all the villagers I've invested in and made, 3 of them have survived, pretty much. I've lost everything else. Right? Wait, I'm trying to think. Oh, wait, my alarm's going off, sorry. Alright, sorry about that. 3, well, it doesn't matter. Point is, wait, I started with 5 or 8. I think I started with 8. I started with 8 villagers. I sent 3. That's 11. Plus 5 more. That's 16. Yeah, whatever. The point is, only 4 or 5 of mine actually survived. I mean, it's been ridiculous. Anyway, fortunately, I keep managing somehow to pick up these mini victories over him, and my score's higher. In my head, I'm thinking I'm in so much trouble, but my score's higher. I'm British. So I think, you know what, I'm going to keep playing. He starts to burn down my market, and I'm just like, darn you. But there was nothing I could do. I'm sending that army either to go attack or to save my thing. And there's a town center and a market. No, there's a town center and 2 barracks. He's attacking my market, and that army is actually much larger than my current army. I really should have pulled back there, but I didn't. Mistakes. I should have sent that army to just go attack those his villagers that are gathering food up at the top there, to be honest. That would have been much wiser than walking to engage him, but hindsight vision is 20/20. I was just trying to do what I could to survive. I mean, this entire game, I felt like I was in trouble, but I look at the score and think I can do it. And at the very end of the day, I did destroy his town center. He did have to walk across the map, and he did have to relocate, and he is losing men also. And he can't build his men through houses, so he's probably in more trouble than I am, although I can't guarantee it. I'm looking for herdables there, and I don't find any, so I send them all the way up there to go gather. Because what else am I going to do? I keep trying to make men, but I don't have food. I'm just like, ugh, at this point. I mean, what do? You don't have food to make an army, but you need to make settlers. You know, it was just like a lose-lose situation. I send those 6 or so men up north to go attack. Not much I can do, to be quite frank, at this point. Yeah. I have 140 food, 6 men, and 26 villagers that are fighting for herds while we're raiding each other. definitely a very tense situation to be in. Every unit counts at this point in the game, and this is where it gets hairy. Oh, so I build a farm, and look, for you purists out there, you might say, well, you hear me say a million times, don't send farms, don't use farms. But at this point, you have to use farms. It's not safe to be anywhere else. I love what I do here, though, by the way. Look at this. He's chasing me around the thing while my longbow men are shooting at him. And my villagers just walk around there, and they actually get out there safely. The entire time I'm attacking him, and he ends up running back to his town because he's losing men. Love what I did there. I was really happy. Managed to make 5 more musketeers. I should have just made longbowmen. I wasted my food there making musketeers. Musketeers won't stand up to sepoys. They're an inferior unit. Cost-wise, longbowmen would have been much more effective and actually would have been cheaper on the food. So at this point, I still hadn't gotten my act together. For some reason, I still felt like I needed musketeers to protect me. I don't know why. I see these 2 villagers walk across the map. I have nothing to attack them with. So I do that. I do that. I let those villagers walk across the map. There's nothing I can do. I'm continuing to use manor houses to get villagers on the wood, the farm to get villagers on food. That's the only thing I can do. Again, I feel like the game is over and I'm totally screwed, but I look at his score, it's lower than mine, or it's equal to mine, and I think, alrighty, this isn't over yet, even though his army seems to be whooping me in the rear end every single time we fight. So, I go back to chopping wood, and I'm going to keep the pressure on him. Been in a lot of trouble at this point of the game. It's crazy. Like, if you look at us both, from at least my perspective on the mini-map, we're just all intermingled across the map. I go there to start attacking him. I want to get some pressure. I kill a sepoy and I run away, I think. I realize, crap, he's greatly outnumbering me. And that's just like, oh no, I am in huge trouble. I mean, yeah, I'm in huge trouble. He's greatly outnumbering me. I retreat, he retreats, and I make another throwing the game away decision here in about 10-30 seconds. I don't know. I decide I'll just spoil it right now. I decide to go pursue him. I walk into his town with my force that I know is inferior and can't beat him, and let those men die. I don't know why. I mean, just absolutely retarded on my part. I shoot some thinking, alright, they'll come to me and I'll be able to kill them. And I get a few shots off. I'm doing the whole, get close and get back thing, but I'm low on food. I'm making musketeers when I should be making longbowmen. I keep making villagers, or trying to. I'm at 31, but I really should be like 50 or 60 at this point. And I think, alright, well, I got 30 men, 30 inferior troops to his 30. I'm going to walk in and fight him. And there's his 30 men, and this is just where it goes ugly. He had more men than I expected, and I'm like, crap. But I'm thinking, alright, I have those musketeers coming, I'll be fine, right? And I don't realize that I'm losing men way faster than my 10 will replace. I mean, he's just owning me. So I lose that army. I lose the men I sent there, and I realize this is just looking bad. Like, it looked bad like 10 seconds ago when the battle started. I shouldn't have even continued there that long. So I built them right near me. I accidentally shipped that coin there, so I'm in trouble that way. Fortunately, I go back and I keep making villagers, because no matter what, I keep making villagers. Gotta keep the economy going, or trying to. And even though I just got my rear end handed to me on a silver platter, I go and pursue him with my 8 musketeers. I'm an idiot. I was hyper aggressive this game. And now he realizes, oh wait, I really have the upper hand. I'm gonna go attack him. And I'm just in major trouble. Notice there, I did finally queue up some longbowmen, and I did set them to come behind the barracks. That way, they're hopefully a little bit out of range from the sepoys. But at this point, those sepoys are going to own me. And we end this episode with me losing my forward base, and all, if I may, SHIT about to hit the fan. Anyway, so now the next episode is, do I somehow stage a comeback now that I've thrown the game away 4 times, or do I lose the game? Because in reality, there's not many ways I can win this game. I mean, he's got this pretty well in hand. Anyway, thanks for watching. I chose to upload this in 2 parts because it was a very long game. And be sure to tune into the next part to see if I can recover from this. Bigthunderman, out.